30 people were shot, 2 died. 20-year-old Kyla Sfagbemi and 18-year-old Aaliyah Gonzalez.
There's only one word that I always define Aaliyah when I think about her. She was just dope. She was a dope spirit. She was a dope individual. She was a great child.
And what God calls you to, you have no choice in the matter.
But the main thing that, and I keep repeating it, is how genuinely kind she was.
The city failed to properly prepare and protect the hundreds of people attending a block party that night.
But they just told me my sister got shot. And then when I said that, my voice started crackling. And then I just started pouring out tears.
But he says he's still looking for Aaliyah, and they tell him, no, she's here. She's still here. She is on the ground and she's dead. She didn't make it.
We are not understanding that the laws are dictating what the culture looks like. Our laws set the precedent for what we see now. So again, it's mismanagement of resources.
Aaliyah had a curfew her entire life. Not until she turned 18 in April. April 12th is her birthday. But until she graduated high school, she had a curfew at 11. She graduated high school 3 weeks prior to the shooting. She wanted to celebrate her accomplishments. She wanted to go out and kick off the summer and have fun. Those kids wanted to have fun.
I had to find reasons to cope. I had to find reasons to make sense for me in order for me to not be paralyzed and for me to move. So what do? Again, I dig deeper into my spirituality. I start to look at other cultures and how they handle death. I try to uplift and pour into my family so that their mental health is stable, so that they can understand this journey, because we're all on this together. I had to walk and talk to Aaliyah, and I had to walk and talk to God. And I walked and talked with tears pouring down my face because I needed answers.
Now I'm being forced, in a sense, because I know myself. I'm being forced, in a sense, to come out and for lack of better terms, scream and yell about change and doing things, because this isn't, my story is not unique. I mean, the circumstances are unique, 100%. But there are so many families affected by gun violence every single day. So many innocent children being caught by bullets flying through the air. You know, it's become so frequent that, you know, people are saying things like bullets have no names, or, you know, wrong place, wrong time. And that conditioning of it all is absolutely disgusting that we look at human life like that. You know, and we've got to do so much to change. So it's going to be me, the superintendent, the governor, lieutenant governor, and stuff like that. So I believe, because I've been screaming very loudly about getting into the schools as far as gun violence prevention and stuff like that, I believe that's what that conference with us is going to be about. I question Mayor Brandon Scott, and I question Commissioner Worley about some of the safety precautions that did not take place, because keep in mind, I had no ideas about the details of the shooting until after the fact. All I knew was my baby was the only one laying out here under a sheet.
Staffing was not an issue. We had multiple officers deployed other locations in the city that we could have moved there. What happened last year is lots of times this event is posted on social media that we're able to find. We did not find it this year.
Knowing that there were calls, endless calls for help, and no one showed up. Knowing that Foxtrot, I now know the name, a helicopter who's hundreds of feet in the air, will tell you as they look down from hundreds of feet in the air that everything looks normal. What's your normal? I challenge you, what is your normal? Let them take each other out. Is that your normal? That's what happened.
You feel like Aaliyah has taught you anything in life?
I think one thing that she taught me was acceptance, because I remember that time when I came home and Nala, my old dog, wasn't there. She was there, and she was telling me, Jaden, it's alright. It's like she's gone now and stuff, so like can't change anything about that.
So I go down the ladder of my bunk bed and like I step out into my parents' room to see them like scattering across the floor, just like panicking. And I hear somebody on the phone saying, she's gone, like, I'm so sorry, stuff like that. And I'm just like, what is going on? So I asked my mom, can you please tell me what happened? Like, please tell me what happened. And she said, Aaliyah got shot.
How are you going to change the environment to ensure that baby Charm doesn't die in the streets? And that's exactly what I said. And I meant that. I meant that from the depths of my soul, because I did not understand how Aaliyah was not here with me anymore. And, you know, for this girl who was my shadow, who was always with me, for her to suddenly just, everything is just cut off from you. You know, I remember every detail about that time. It was pure hell, pure hell.